Florida just passed a law that child molesters could be sentenced to death. Do you agree or disagree, and why? Let's start lining up the politicians and the clergy, see how long the law lasts. Disagree. If you make the punishment for molestation the same as for murder, then the perp is more likely to murder the child after the act, and not leave a witness. I would have to see the language of the bill to come to a conclusion on this. The term child molester makes you think grown adult perving on a grade school age child. Unfortunately, the law isn't so black and white. How many teenage couples are 2 years apart and a year away from being executed by the state? Language is everything. I'm going to say the unpopular and unpleasant reality. Sentencing child molesters to death will result in less people coming forward. It's bad enough when the abuser tells you if you tell anyone daddy will get in trouble. Now try if you tell anyone, they will kill daddy. A lot of child molesters are related to the victims or friends of the family. I don't think it's really fair to put that on a kid. You reported your creepy uncle for molesting you, so now we're going to kill him. Your uncle is going to die because you didn't keep your mouth shut. If a kid does let that prevent them from turning him in, then the law is worse than useless. It's actually helping the bad guy. And if a kid doesn't let that prevent them from turning him in, and the uncle gets executed, that's probably not going to be really great for the kid's emotional well-being. I just need to put this out there. Romeo and Juliet laws only apply to straight couples. Do I think a child molester deserves to die? Yes. Do I think there is a court or legal system on this planet even remotely qualified to pass that judgment? No. Some crimes definitely warrant death. There isn't a single person or system in existence qualified to make the call of which cases warrant it. I don't trust anything coming out of Florida. They use the terms groomer and pedophile way too loosely to be able to accurately judge whether someone is a child molester. I disagree because I disagree with the death penalty. From a pragmatic, immediate standpoint, it would result in a lot more homicides. A dead victim can't talk. From the second, Florida's quite close to passing laws that would simply make existing publicly as a queer person fall under that sentence. It could easily open the way for genocide. Considering Florida just spent the last year calling members of the LGBT community child molesters, absolutely not. It's extremely clear what their intentions are. That's not even considering the fact that just because you think someone should die for an act, doesn't mean we should give the government the power to enact that death. Others have brought up the fact that this will also make it more likely for relatives not to be reported, while making strangers more likely to kill their victim. When a law is passed that puts child molesters to death the same time that claims of grooming and child abuse towards the entire LGBTQ+ community are hitting their peak, it's not child molesters they're trying to kill here. I am against the death penalty. Period. End of. I disagree, because Florida's idea of a child molester is a drag queen, and not the people actually fucking children. Florida is absolutely going to use this to kill trans and other LGBTQ people. We all know that it goes far beyond actual CMs. They really mean drag queens and trans people, who of course aren't the so-called monsters these morons think they are. It all seems so noble, until they start classifying existing as an LGBTQ+ person in front of a minor as child molestation, or parents being supportive of their child's transition. Actual child molesters, convicted in a court of law, do with what you will. But I don't trust DeSantis.